Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. But if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a ponytail frontal. My model had showed up with fresh cornrows and I had to take the entire thing down. So after taking down our cornrows, I was trying to stretch her hair. She has natural hair and it's so thick. So I was sectioning her hair and trying to blow dry it so that it stretches out. So I was just doing it section by section. If you're working with natural hair, you want to be very careful because they're usually tender headed. You see, I was trying to use wipes to just like a paper towel rather to like clean the hair because it was so greasy. She had put oil and a lot of stuff on it when she was having her cornrows. So after I was done straightening out her hair, I only did like a blow dry. I didn't use any straightener on the hair. I just used my blow dryer and my brush to like stretch out the entire thing. So the next thing that I did was I tried to pack the hair into a ponytail. I was going for a high pony. So I was just using my hot comb here. It wasn't so hot at the root of the hair, just to like have a very fine area. So you first of all want to, because it's natural hair, guys, and you know how thick it can be, so you want to first of all go like in sections. I'd advise that you first tie the take out a section from the middle like did before and pack that first before then going and packing the entire hair into the ponytail. That way it helps your hand, you don't put too much pressure on your hand. It's not too much hair that you're holding at a time. It's easier for you to just like pack up and put in a ponytail. So I've put it in a ponytail here and I'm just making sure that my ponytail is thick enough. It's tight enough, guys. It's tight enough because like I said, it's natural hair and you just want to make sure that you make it tight enough for what you want to do, but not too tight for it to give your model or your clients a headache. I'm sure you understand what I mean. So when I was done doing that, I went to a forehead area, the place that I'll be putting my glue on my frontal, and I was just cleaning that area, that part. I was cleaning the part out, making sure that there are no oils there. So over here I've gone with alcohol. You want to make sure that you put alcohol in the forehead area because like I said, it never can be too clean. Like you just want to make sure that you have no grease or no dirt because glue doesn't work well with grease and dirt. Like it just weakens the glue. You want to make sure that you apply your glue on a very clean canvas. Like the forehead area is the canvas for your glue, so you want to make sure that that area is so clean that it doesn't like have any negative effect on your glue. So after I was done doing that cleaning and making sure that I was okay with what I wanted, so I went ahead and started applying the glue on the areas that I'll be like fixing the frontal. So you want to make sure that you create that hairline part. Usually like when you're applying the glue, go to those days that we just put our frontal on a straight line. Nowadays you have to like go and mimic the person's hairline, like put a widow's peak, all the good stuff. So I've mimicked that part and I'm just now placing the frontal. I'm placing the frontal on the area that I've put the glue. I always say this when I do my videos, that you want to make sure that your frontal is in front of the glue. Do not make the glue be like, do not have like glue left in front of the frontal after placing it, because that way it tends to like ruin the whole work. Like everything you've done is just, it's not going to be neat. And if the client is having makeup afterwards, like after the install, it gets tacky and then it's just not a nice sight. It's not. So you just want to make sure that your frontal is forward of the glue. It's better for you to have frontal in front and just like it's better for you to have lace in front and then go back in and put glue than have glue in front and you're not trying to like clean it, or I don't know. It's just I'm sure you get what I'm saying. So what I'm doing over here is I'm cutting out the edge area because the frontal is usually longer than the ear to ear. So you want to make sure that you just cut out that area. Make sure that you cut it fine. You're not cutting your client's ears and you're not cutting too much and then you're cutting too late. So after I've done cutting that, I started plucking my frontal. So I'm plucking here and I'm just removing that area from the ear. We're going to be taking those parts out, the part that I've sectioned out, we're going to be taking it out, entirely cutting it out, because like I said earlier, we're mimicking a hairline, and that's what a hairline looks like. And that's what a natural hairline actually looks like. So I'm just cutting that part out, and it's actually a very painless process of plucking on the client's head. You see how my clients was smiling and she's just really comfortable. Just want to make sure that you ask your clients that they're comfortable and that you're not poking them, because sometimes you might get too excited and carried away and then you start poking them on the skin. So you just want to make sure that you ask questions and then you're careful and gentle enough. So we're still trying to create a hairline. You see what I'm doing? I'm creating the widow's peak area and I'm still plucking and plucking. Just want to make sure that you're careful. You do not rush an installation, guys. For no reason should you rush a frontal install. It's the process that you want to be very careful about, because you don't want to make any mistakes and you don't want to ruin the frontal or ruin like the hard work that you put in. So I'm still creating my hairline, trying to make sure that it's what I want. Remember that I'm following how I've applied my glue, and I want to make sure that it looks perfect. I already have a video on my channel on how to actually pluck a frontal lace. You can go back to my channel and check that, but probably I'll be doing like an updated version. I'll just do another video and show how to actually really pluck very well. So I'm just still plucking. Like I said, frontal installation is a long process that you do not want to rush. It's not something to be in a hurry about. You want to make sure that you take your time and you do the right thing. So I'm done doing the side and I've come to I think that was the left side. Yeah, I was done with the left side and I've come to the right side. So you're going to do the same thing that you did on the left side on the right side. You started with the right side. You're gonna go ahead and do the same thing that you've done on the right side on the left side. So you see, I'm just like creating my widow's peak and my hairline, plucking that part out because we do not need it. It's not supposed to be there. We just want it to look, we want our install to look as natural as possible. Do you see how it's already forming, guys? Can you see? Like, I probably left this part out, I mean, just to show you guys how it's already forming from how we started. When we started, like, it was just like a straight line, but now it's getting defined. We can see where our widow's peak is. We can see the size of the hair. We can see the ear area. So yeah, I'm just still plucking, guys. Remember, you want to pluck right, don't over pluck. I always preach about not over plucking. Never ever over pluck. Like, I know you want to get like a very fine thing install and making sure like, oh, scalp, and then it's going from the scalp of your client. But then again, you can actually achieve that without over plucking. So yeah, I'm just plucking. I'm just going around and doing what I have to do and making sure that I have it right. So I've gone ahead with my hot comb. Your hot comb is your friend. Oops, guys, NEPA took the light. Yeah, power got interrupted. It's a normal thing in Nigeria for the power to go off. So yeah, the power went off while we were working, but the gen came on and yeah, we continued our work. So I like to ventilate. What I did before was I was just trying to ventilate some parts that I felt like I wanted extended instead of like cutting. So I rather ventilate. So you want to still ventilate. Yes, guys, you're gonna ventilate. If you're gonna install a frontal, you're gonna learn to ventilate too. So yeah, I ventilated in that part. So after I was done ventilating and I was like satisfied, I just ventilated like a few strands on the frontal, on some areas that I felt like I want extended. So after I was done ventilating and I was satisfied, I've gone ahead to cut out the excess lace. That's what I'm doing over here, cutting out the excess lace to make sure that, guys, can you see what it looks like already? Can you just see that? I mean, it's beginning to form and it's beginning to look like a real hairline. So I'm just cutting out the excess lace out. I'm cutting out the excess lace out. And when you want to be very careful so that you do not cut. Like I said, you need to be very careful. You're working with this sharp scissors, and you don't want to go and cut your client, or you don't want to just go and cut your lace and ruin the whole thing. So you just want to cut well. For this process, I would advise that you use the tiny scissors like the one that I'm using here, rather than the big scissors. yeah, rather than a big scissors. My client is so tender. My model is so tender headed. Like she just like she shakes at every, yeah, it was nothing, actually. So after I was done doing that, you want to go back to the areas. Remember I said that you want, like, better for you to have more lace in front, then you go back and apply glue for the areas that didn't get glue, rather than have glue in front and then, yeah, it's just sticking out. So here I'm just going back to the lace to check out the areas that didn't have glue, that did not get glue from the beginning. I'm just putting the glue there, and then you want to wait for the glue to clear out as always, and then you stick down the lace on top of the new area that you've applied glue. So that's what I'm just doing. You just want to do that. After you're doing, yeah, just make sure that you put glue where you have to put glue. Then after I was done doing that and everything was looking okay. Can you see the hairline, guys? Can you guys see what I'm working with? Can you see what I am working with, guys? This looks, I mean, I've not melted, I've not sculpted, I've not done anything, and it already looks this nice. It looks like it's growing from her scalp, guys. What lace? What lace, guys? What lace? So yeah, I'm just checking to make sure that what I've done, I'm satisfied with it. And after you've done doing that, you want to now go in with your band, your melting band, guys. Yes, you want to go in with your melting band to make sure that it melts. And then the reason for the melting band is so that the scalp and the glue and the lace, everything becomes one. Like, that's what the melting band does. It sticks everything to where it's supposed to stick to. It sticks the lace to the glue to the skin, and everything is just so, like, on top of each other and so neat that you would actually, you wouldn't be able to tell that you're wearing a wig. So that's what I'm just doing. And you want to make sure that you apply your, should I say apply or put, you tie your band down and make sure that it's not hurting your clients or your clients, and it's not on their ears or whatever. So I was just making sure to that. So over here, I'm just going ahead to sew the frontal to her own natural hair. Remember, we're just working with a frontal. This is not a wig. We're doing a frontal ponytail. So I'm just sewing down the back of the frontal to our own natural hair so that everything stays well. So after I was done doing that, I've gone ahead and removed the band, and this is what my hair looks like. This is what my hairline looks like, guys. I'm just applying my sculpting moves. You want to sculpt, you want to make sure that everything looks as fine as possible. Nothing is sticking out, no fly waves, nothing, guys. You want to make sure that everything is slick. It's the ponytail. Everything needs to stay down and flat. So yeah, I'm just doing that, applying the sculpting mousse to the area and just making sure I sculpt it well and everything is staying flat. You want to do the same thing that you've done on the right side to the left side, guys. It's just, it's a process, like I said, guys. A frontal installation is a process. You want to make sure that you do the same thing that you done on the right side to the left side, because you don't want it looking like you did this on the right side and then you're doing another thing on the left side. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you want to make sure that they're as identical as possible, like the same thing, because it's a hairline and it's on one head. So it's supposed to look as natural as possible and as identical as possible. So yeah, I'm just doing that, and after I was doing that and it dried out, I'm going to go ahead and then apply my melting spray, guys. You want to apply your melting spray with the brush. You can apply, sometimes I apply with my fingers depending on how I'm feeling or who I'm installing for, but here today I used a brush to apply the melting spray. So you just want to apply the melting spray on the area that joins the lace to the skin to make sure that it's well melted. And then after you've done that, you want to blow cold air. Just make sure that it gets tacky, not so dry and not so wet. Then you apply your band on it. So you apply, after you've applied your melting band just on that area to make sure that it sticks. This is like the last process, guys. This is a place that makes it like this is the last melt. Like, it's gonna melt the skin. Your frontal will be melted to the skin. I'll show you what I mean later. So after I was done doing that, I was just trying to pack the whole frontal to the hair. I was packing everything together so that it becomes one and it's together. So yeah, you want to pack the frontal to the hair that you already packed into a ponytail. I'm applying my my holding spray onto the hair to make sure that it's smooth. You want to do this and then use a brush to just comb, a smooth brush to comb the frontal down to make sure that it's smooth. nothing is sticking out, nothing is bulging out. You just want to make sure that you go in and in and in and in. Like I said, it's a long process. You do not want to rush it. The only time you're done is when you know you've done right, not like when you feel like, oh, I've spent too much time on this install. No, the only time that you're done with a frontal install is when you know that you've done the right thing and everything is staying right. Not that, oh, I spent 1 hour on this install, oh, I spent 2 hours on install. No, we're not checking the time, guys. You're going to take as much as time as possible, as long as you do the right thing. The end result is what we're after, not the time that it's not a speed race. Nobody's in a competition with you for time. You just want to do the right thing because your client has spent all the money and they paid you all the money and they bought an expensive lace, and you just want to do right by them. So after I was done doing that, I'm just packing the frontal to our own natural hair, and I'm just making sure that everything is tied together. And after I've done that, I'm still going back to make sure that everything is sleek, everything is so pretty and smooth. And I mean, I'm all for perfection. Like, do as best as you can. Go back in if you feel like there's anything that you need to adjust. So after I was doing that, I was satisfied that it was smooth and sleek. I'm just going to put the hair and the frontal that I packed together. I'm just going to put it in one single braid. That's what I'm going to do, and we're going to go ahead later on and sew our bundles to it to make our ponytail. So you just want to sew the hair and the frontal into one braid, one big braid. So it was time for the makeup, guys. Get into the skin walk. After the makeup, this is what my model looks like. Can you guys see the scalp? Can you see how melted, how natural it looks? It feels like the frontal is growing from her scalp, and she looks absolutely stunning. The makeup, the hair, everything was on 100, and I couldn't be more excited with this look. She looked absolutely stunning. It was what I was looking for. It was what I was going for, and I'm just really happy about this. So guys, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Yes, and I'm sure that you learned a thing or two from it. Thank you for always coming back to my channel to watch my videos. If you're new here, thank you for finding my channel. I hope that you subscribe and like and stay and wait for more videos to come, guys. Yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much. Until my next video, bye.